Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of City Skylines. My name is CityZilla, and today we are in the city of... Wait, what city are we in? Oh wait, we're in Morado, which is actually the Skyline 6 collaboration city. I'm actually super excited and honored to be asked to do this. This is my first collaboration with anybody, and so thank you so much for having me. This is really fun. It's actually got a whole host of builders, and I'll actually leave a link for their channels in the description if anybody is interested. There are some amazing builds in here, I just gotta say. I really like this shore area, and I am not great at knowing who exactly built all this. There is a plethora of videos at this point, but this area is just fantastic, especially for pretty nearly vanilla. We're pretty much playing with no mods. I only have like visual mods, like play it, render it, camera mods, theme mixer, I have toggle it, stuff like that, but I don't have any game-changing mods. And so for somebody to build that in this, it is just fantastic. I really like this area too. I think this is really cool. It's kind of like, you know, an amusement park island, and we really got some fun stuff in here. So we have this area over here too. It's like a huge plaza area. I like this with the little 6 in there. Very unique and fun. I like that it's got the grand library in here. I think that's a good mix. I really like the casino area over here too. This looks like a little shopping mall kind of area, especially with this in the middle of the hypermarket. So it adds that bit of parking in there, really kind of ties it in together. And so in today's episode, we are going to be expanding upon this area up here. And the reason I chose it, I went through pretty much all of the city vitals, kind of looking at everything when I first jumped in, and I realized that the city's just kind of struggling with money. And so after coming into the budget panel, I was just looking at where all the money was going. I mean, they have a ton of services, medical, which is normally one of your highest expenses. Fire's pretty high as well. And so if we jump into the industry areas and fishing tab, we can kind of see what's happening here. So the farming industry is doing okay. It looks like they possibly have an import ore and oil industry, which is causing a huge negative in here. And so we are definitely bleeding out some money. And so what I thought I'd do is go ahead and try to fix that. So I think we're going to do a couple homestead farm style areas. And then I thought it'd be fun to incorporate some kind of suburban style homes to kind of demonstrate, you know, the encroachment of the city, like suburbanization of farmland and stuff like that. And then we are going to move on over here and create an ore area. So one of the fun things with the ore on this map, which this map is just fantastic, by the way, is that all the ore is in these little tree areas. So I felt like it'd be really cool to go into the terrain tab and create like little chasms or big ore mines that will actually probably go underneath the freeway. I felt like that would be kind of cool. I don't know how realistic that would be, but I think it's going to look fun. And so let's go ahead and jump right in. So the first thing we need to do is identify our access. So we have a freeway access point down here. We have a huge interchange right here. And what I was thinking is if we could extend this road out and have it kind of meet up right here, it would really help us to have that accessibility for this area and probably alleviate some traffic over here. Though traffic in the city is very admirable. It's at 91, so we don't have any major issues. It really helps that it's really spread out. Whenever you have spread out cities, it definitely makes it a bit easier. And so we do need to come in here and create a right of way. So we're actually going to move this park, and this would be like a huge event for the city. These citizens have lived there for a long time, and all of a sudden the park just gets moved over and they're like, we're deleting your road. But you know, it's all in the name of progress. And so now we're going to come in here and we need to draw this back. So we're going to go like this. Perfect. So now it is connected up. And what I'm thinking is we will extend this road out. I would have preferred to do this road, but I really didn't want to have to cut through here. I felt like it was just going to be more movement and stuff like that. And so I decided this road would be okay. And so what we're going to do is go ahead and go into a medium-sized road, and we will grab this road right here, and we're going to go ahead and go straight. And so I do want to make sure that this road can handle some level of traffic over here. Looks like it does. It looks like it's raining too. Getting a little bit of rain. And so now let's come up here, and what I'm thinking is we will begin to turn it probably about like right here, and we will go up. Let's go ahead and turn it down to the lowest step since we are in vanilla gameplay. And we will go ahead and create our bridge first, actually. So we'll go 3 up and go across. And I want it to be like right there. Yeah, perfect. And so we'll come up over here, go 1 out, go down to the ground. And then we will do the same thing over here. I think we can actually curve this down. So if we go like this, curve this around. Let's go like right there. And let's go down to the ground. Yeah, perfect. Nice. So now let's connect that up. Nice. And so let's go ahead and create our interchange now, our highway off ramps. So I'm going to go ahead and throw them in real quick. Okay, so I've thrown in our ramps, and so now we have accessibility over here, which I think is fantastic. And if this were a higher volume area, I'd probably do some lane mathematics, but I think for right now, this is probably good. And so what we now need to do is jump into our paint district tool, and we're going to go to paint industry area. I'm going to kind of cheat here a little bit. I really don't want to have to put down another main building, so I'm going to extend the farming area that is right there. I'm actually going to extend it all through this area. And what we're going to do is go ahead and use this as a homestead. So maybe a private owner owns this whole thing, and maybe they were even involved in the investment for this suburbanized neighborhood across the way. And so now we are going to jump into a dirt road. And I want to create something that's going to make sense here. So if we go up, I want to have like a little entrance. We're going to go up like this, and then we're going to go across. And then we will have this curve around and follow the tree line, just because I feel like it really helps to capture a cool look if you can do that. So we'll come up here, and then we are going to now follow the freeway. We're going to come all the way across, and I want to try to be mindful of where that freeway is. So right there is probably good, and then let's go ahead and curve this down now. I actually think we can probably just go straight. So if we go like right there, looks like I'm just 1 unit short. Okay, and so now we have our first little area, and so what we'll do is create a couple little crossovers in here. We'll probably even do this one as well. So what I'm thinking is we will have some greenhouses in the front. So we are going to come in here and now grab these fruit trees, and I want to create a couple really big spaces in here. Okay, so we are going to grab this fruit tree, and we are going to place a couple of these down, and I would like to get at least one more. Yeah, there you go, perfect. And so we are going to turn these into the greenhouses because I really like the look of these buildings. I think they're very official, especially if you're like coming down the road. Like you would know that this is like some sort of fruit business or something. And so now let's go back into our road, and I want to create a crossing in here, and we'll probably just follow that down. And so now we are going to do a road going up, and I want to be mindful of how big the crops are in here. So we are going to place them down first. So let's go ahead and jump in here. Let's see if we can actually fit 2 of these. I think we can. Of course we can't, so we're pretty close though. So if we go like that, this would definitely be a moment where I would have anarchied that in, but that's okay. So we will go ahead and do the same thing on the other side just to mirror that. And so I don't want these to be greenhouses, so I want to go in here and I'm going to turn them to wheat. Yeah, wheat's good. So if we go like that, perfect. And so now what I'm thinking is we will have the home right here. So let's actually trim that back just a smidge, and we will bring this up, go like this, and then come out about 5 units. And then go in here and zone in a little square, little 4 unit patch so that we can get a home in there. And we'll just have to come through and play like whack-a-mole with that to make sure we get a home that we like. So then let's go ahead and connect this up again. We can actually delete this other road and ensure that this road kind of matches up with it a little bit better. We'll go ahead and redraw that in since we are in vanilla, and voila, so we got it in. So now let's go ahead and connect that up. And so what I'm thinking is we'll do a fence around. Let's go ahead and do that first so that we know kind of what we're working with. So we're going to do 3 units off the backside. Let's actually turn this off since it wants to get a little crazy. And we'll go all the way down. Let's go ahead and go 3 units off this side as well. And then let's go ahead and connect this up. Nice. And so now we have our little homestead. We're going to come back through and do some trees and stuff, really make it look nice. And then let's go ahead and do some animal pastures off to the side now. So we'll come in here. We'll do 1 right there, we'll do 1 right there, and we'll do 1 right there. And then let's do some of these maintenance buildings as well. So we'll put 1 right there, 1 right there. And then I think we can fit another one of these up here. So if we go like that, really what I'm trying to do is just get almost like a congested area in here just to make it seem a little more real. And so now we will come in here and do some silos. So we'll put some silos right next to the house. Let's actually do a big one over here, and then we will move this one away. It's a lot of times you tend to see the silos kind of near the homes. And so let's go ahead and do another one of those small ones. And then I want to do some sheds as well. So we'll go in here. Let's go ahead and do a small shed back here. So we'll go like that. And then let's see if we can get something else. So, you know what? I think that's probably good. So then now we do want to fill in this backside. I think we're just going to do some more fields. Let's see if we can fit in just a couple of these. So if we go like that, go all the way down. Yeah, this is perfect. Nice. And so now that just helps to kind of clean up the area a little bit. And so let's actually go ahead and turn these to potatoes now so that maybe this homeowner is running a bunch of different crops rather than just all one crop. And so now what we need to do is do some water pipes in this area, and voila, water pipes in. And so now I want to add in a couple flour mills over here. So we're going to go ahead and turn on snapping, follow this up, and I'm just going to do a little nix across, and we'll probably actually connect these two sides up and then delete that middle one just to make it a little bit easier. So let's go ahead and fix this. We'll have this go up and then go across, and then let's hook up some flour mills. I would like to get 2 of them in here, so we'll go like that. We'll leave a little space in the middle for us to do some trees. Hey, you know what? I think that looks pretty good. And so now we have water. Let's see if we have electricity. So we don't. So let's go ahead and bring this across and just connect this up so that now they have water and electricity, which is fantastic. And so what I'm thinking is we will extend our farm a little more over this way. So I do want to follow that tree line again, just to capture that look in here. So we're going to go like this and have it come down. So we'll go like this, and then we'll have it curve down and then follow the ramp down. And then what I'm thinking is we will extend this back and then have it actually follow down here and then just terminate into the same road. Because I really don't want to put too many connections right here, and we already have a secondary connection up there. And so I think we will connect this up now. We will come up over here and then have it curve into this. Since we only have one connection to the main road, this is a huge bottleneck for us. We really want to make sure we have access other ways. And so now let's go into our farming tab and see what else we can fit in here. So it'd be really good if we could get some other utilities, like maybe this milking parlor. Maybe we'll put a couple of these. These would be really good to have in here. So let's go ahead and look at that. So that already looks a lot better. So we can do some trees around, maybe even a little walking path. Let's create another section over here. We'll do a little cattle shed. So we'll create a couple cattle sheds. Man, it would be nice if we could get just one more. But, you know, that looks okay. Let's go ahead and do a couple barns. So we'll do 2 barns right there. And then let's do some of our workers' barracks. So we'll do one right there. We'll come around. And these would be where, you know, like seasonal workers would probably stay. Like maybe they came in for the season and worked on the fields, and then they'd leave and come back next year. So I need to do some more water pipes real quick. Okay, so water pipes are in, and this area is already looking really cool. We still need to come through and do some trees and stuff, but I really like how it's looking. So let's see if we have some more agriculture area. We do over here. So this would be a great location for us to expand just a bit further. So if we grab this and turn on snapping and follow this down, let's go ahead and do the same thing here. And then what we'll do is we will have this cut down here and then follow that tree line again. So we'll come down here, and then for this side, we'll have to kind of curve it around. It's already kind of a tight angle. So if we go like that and then follow this one down, I think this is actually going to look pretty good, because then we can turn this. And then what we can do is just grab our straight tool again, connect that up. Let's make sure that that looks good. So it's definitely a little kind of wonky, especially compared to this other areas. But when we come back through and kind of clean this up, I think it'll look a little bit better, because I think we are also going to connect this up. So if we just make one connection right there, I feel like that would be good for us. And then it kind of makes that look like it makes a little more sense. And so now let's come in here and do some farming patches. Man, it would have been great to look at that. It's like half of a square, of course. So now let's go ahead and go all the way across, and let's do this right there. And then let's come back through here, grab this, and let's do it on the opposite side now. And of course it is too small. So what I'm going to do is actually extend that road out just a smidge. Us being short, that half a square is just ridiculous. So, okay, so I got the road where I think it's going to fit. So let's go ahead and jump back into our fields, and let's match these up on the other side. So we want to go like this, and then we're going to do another silo right there. And you know what? I think that this looks pretty good. So let's do another one of these maintenance sheds right here. So we'll go right there, and let's do some workers' barracks on this side. So we'll grab a workers' barracks, go like this, go all the way around. We'll go like right there just to kind of make it a little more even. I think that looks good. It would be good for us to get another flour mill if we could. So we have 2 right there. Maybe we will do just a couple off this backside. We don't want to make it too congregated, because then it'll kind of look a little unrealistic. Maybe even just one, because we have the 2 right there. Yeah, you know what, that looks a little better. And so I do need to plug in some water pipes real quick. And voila, water pipes in. This is already looking so good. I really like this a lot. I do want to come back through and do some trees, though. I feel like it's definitely missing some trees. It's really looking like just kind of placed around randomly. But I think we're going to leave all that for the end so that we can kind of tie it all in at once. And so now what I want to do is go ahead and jump over to our ore industry, and then we'll do the residential last. I think that'll be good, especially since this ore project is a big one. And so first thing I want to do is jump into our shift terrain, go to the large brush, and we will bring this down. So we'll go all the way down, keep going down. All right, go like this. You know, this is probably good. I actually like how this the vanilla brush is kind of slower. So I think that that's probably good. So I want to get a little crazy. We're going to delete these, and we're going to delete the highway. We're going to go like this. Is there like a path in the middle? Wow, somebody like had the person who did the map did a path in the middle to make it look a little bit better. I like that. That's a good touch. So then let's go to shift terrain again, actually level terrain, and we will follow this now. So we'll grab that. We'll come all the way down. Up too much, we need to sell some. So we'll grab this, go all the way across, go like this. Fantastic. And then we need to follow the trench actually, so that the trees, that other part is not something that we need. So we'll go ahead and just refill that back in. That was a mistake. So we'll go like that. And then let's follow this just a bit. Go down here, go like this. And these are all just, you know, like ore veins. And so this is going to end up being a pretty big area. So we're going to go like this, sell all this, or sell the sand. We're going to go around. We'll go like this. And let's actually do a secondary one over here. So we're going to grab this because I really don't want to ruin that flat space in there. So if we go ahead and soften all this, sell some soil again, go back here, just get crazy with this. Just go all the way around. Yep. And you know what? I think that actually looks pretty good. You know, maybe we'll even grab this area. I don't want to, you know, infringe upon too much of the map. This isn't my map. And so maybe they'll come back through here and fill this in. Maybe some environmentalists will be like, you know, fill the hole. But who knows? I think that this is going to be a really cool ore area though. I have never done one this big. This is huge. So now we will make sure that all this is level, and then I need to do the tiring task of literally just holding this and deleting all these trees in here, which is probably going to take a little while. Okay, so that took much longer than I was anticipating. It is actually kind of frustrating that the developers haven't added in a forest brush for the vanilla game, even though console players have it. And so now what I want to do, let's come in here and widen this just a little bit. I don't want to get crazy with it. I just want it to be enough to get like a road through, because now I want to connect up our freeway. So we'll come in here and go to our highway sound barrier 3-lane. I believe that's what it is. Yep, 3-lane. And so we'll come out here, go ahead and turn on snapping and have this curve across and connect up. Fantastic. And so we will do the same thing here. We'll have this. So this is kind of a weird little angle. So if we go like that, how does that look? It doesn't look the same. Is that the same road? Now we have node issues. So we're going to bring this back and then we will connect this up again. Okay, so there's our bridge. And so this is definitely in a kind of a problem spot for us. So I want to come in here and just go around the outside just a little bit. We would obviously need that support, but we want to make enough room for like the big Komatsu kind of dump trucks to be able to come through here. And so this is actually going to be super fun. So I'm thinking that our main area is going to be right here where most of our storage is going to be and stuff like that. So I do want to have this road kind of extend down here. And then I do want there to also be an off-ramp. So I'm actually going to go ahead and throw in this off-ramp real quick. And I'm just going to do the same one that we did before. Okay, so now I do want to come in here to a 4-lane road and have it follow the train tracks just all the way across. So I'm going to have this branch across again. We'll have this go like right there, and then we will have it loop in. Let's actually have it turn just a bit. So have it go right there, and then let's bring this out. It looks like we just need to be out a little bit. Okay, and there we go. And so now we have a bridge right here, and this actually looks really cool. I like the look of this. I think it is coming together quite nicely. And so what we need to do now is come in here and go to our slope terrain tool. We need to go to the smallest one. Let's go ahead and sell all of our soil just in case. So I want to right click at the top, and I want our road to come up here and kind of loop around. So we'll have this just follow along, go like this, come around and come up here. Yeah, perfect. Look at that. Fantastic. And so now let's go into our dirt road and we will start up here. And let's have it loop all the way down there. So we'll have it follow around. And because it's vanilla, you do have to be kind of careful. You get those weird bumps and we don't have a node controller to fix anything. So we want to be careful. You know what? That actually came out really well. Look at that. We still do have some trees down here. Clicking all 10,000 of those were kind of difficult, and so we will still have a couple, but I do want to have this kind of meander around. Now we're going to have it come up over here. Let's not have it connect up to that. I feel like that would be bad. So have it go like that. And of course it's too close, so we will redraw that. I'm going to go ahead and turn off snapping so I can get that right angle. Have this go this way, have it come down, go like this, and then we will have it go this way, have it go right here, and then turn both directions, go like this, and then have it come up here. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. Okay, so I got the roads down. Now all I want to do is go ahead and extend out our medium-sized road, our 4-unit road. Then we will come up over here, connect it right there. Let's go to our dirt road and then just connect these up. I want them to kind of swoop in. So we'll come in like right there, and then we'll come up over here and do the same thing. We'll go like that. Nice. And so now we have a couple entrances, though it does look like maybe this one's a little too steep. No, it's not. It's just this one's definitely more gradual. And so now we will start placing down some buildings. So we're going to come in here, go to our ore, and I want to get some of these big ones in here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. Let's see if we can get a couple of these in here. So it'd be fantastic if we could just get this one like right there. So I'm going to go ahead and play around with the roads and then see if we can fit this in. So if I go like this and then go ahead and just bring that out, let's make sure that we're over ore first. Yeah, we are. Not a ton, but there's definitely some. It looks like there's more pockets over here. There's some right there. We definitely got to be mindful of that. There's a lot of ore over here on this hillside, but there is definitely enough here for us to plop down this big one. So if we go, so we got to paint our industry area. That would be pretty important. So we're going to come in here and go ahead and paint this all the way around. Okay, ore industry in. Let's go ahead and plop our main building. So we'll come in here, ore industry main building. Let's go ahead and put this guy like right at the front. There you go. Fantastic. And so now we should be able to come in here and place this down. Let's go ahead and look at this. Oh yeah, look at that. That is just a monster. I do kind of wish it was just slightly turned a bit, but you know what? It's not the end of the world, and I do like that it's kind of carving this away. I think that that is fitting. It does look like we need electricity and power, so we're actually going to pause while we place the rest of these down. So I want to do a couple of these small ones. So we are going to do, maybe we'll do a couple of these caverns. So we'll come in here. Let's make sure that we dig on the right side. So we got only a little bit of ore here, and it's literally right on top of the road. So let's just go like right there, and then we will follow the road down here. Kind of wish we had put the road a little bit to the side, but it's not the end of the world. We'll come up over here. Fantastic. And then let's go ahead and do a big area right here, since there's a nice blue patch right there. We'll probably not do any right there, and I think that this is probably good. This area over here actually looks like it's probably going to be the best spot. We may need to do like a little road. Did we even level this out? I thought we did. So if we level that out, yeah, perfect. So let's do a small little road. So we'll grab this, go like there, and then let's see if we can place one of these down. Let's go, I want to go off of that road. So let's see how that looks. You know what, that actually looks pretty good. I do want to smoothen this out a bit though. So if we go like this, and then let's go ahead and replace that. And since we don't have Move It mod, we need to actually level it out beforehand and go like that. Fantastic. And then I think we might be able to fit one of these in, because that would just be so much better. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice. So now we have a mining operation right there. Let's go ahead and place one right here. We'll go like this, and then let's put another one of these right there. Fantastic. And then let's go ahead and do a couple roads up. So we need to level out some areas. We'll go like this all the way down. Fantastic. And then let's do a couple roads. We'll go like this, and we'll go like this. And it looks like this road actually goes up, so I'm going to delete that. And then we will place these in. We'll do a couple more of the caverns. We'll go like that, go like that. Fantastic. And then let's come down here and do one of our surface mining ones. I'd really like to get this guy in there if we could. Let's check that out. Hey, you know what? This actually looks pretty good, and I like that it did kind of take out the hillside a little bit, but I do want to kind of just soften this up just to make it look a little more realistic. Same with on this side. I want it to be a little bit softer. Not by much, just enough to where, you know, it looks like it was dug rather than just like some crazy cliffside. And so now we will come up over here and let's place one of the big ones over here. You know, we actually just drew the line right on top of the blue again. So I want to make sure that I don't do that. Let's put this out here, and then let's see if we can get one of the big ones in here. This would just be great. I think that is just way too big. So we'll go ahead and place that right there. Let's check that out. So that actually looks pretty good, and I think we can come in here, bring this back in just a little bit, just to, you know, make it look a little more realistic. And then we will soften that terrain just a bit. We'll go like this. Nice. Just make it look a little better. And then let's, I don't think we don't have any ore on the other side, so I think that this is probably good. Maybe we'll do one of the workers' barracks is down here. I think that this could be good, or even the maintenance building. This could be good. So let's extend this out just a bit so we can get that in there. And then let's put the maintenance building down here, or just a couple workers' barracks. No, we'll do the maintenance building. So we'll put that. Nice. And so now we have quite a few mining operations. So we have a big one over here, small one, couple small ones, big one right there. Let's come over here and see if we can get one of the behemoths in here. So I would really like to get this one. So if we go ahead and turn this like that, can we place this like right there? Space already occupied. So if we go like that, oh yeah, that's just great. But if we could get it the other way, that would just be even better. So if we go ahead and get rid of that, come back here, place that, and then go like this. Look at this. Let's check this out. Oh yeah, this is gold right there. And so we don't even really need this road. Let's, I think what we can do, we're going to play with this even more. So we're going to go ahead and go sideways like this and then have it connect up. And then let's do our digger right there. Fantastic, because I think that's right where it's really blue too. So that should be a good location for us. So now let's do a couple little surface mines. And then let's do a bigger one over here if we can. Let's go ahead and check that out. Yeah, you know what, this looks good. And so now we can come into softened terrain, just kind of, you know, make it look a little more realistic rather than that crazy kind of cliffside. Same with over here, just make it a little bit better. And so I think that this looks good. This would definitely be a time where I'd probably go into Surface Painter and paint a lot of this brown and just make it look a little more realistic. But because we are in the vanilla gameplay, we do not have that capability. And so I think what we'll do is just place down some random little buildings down there. We could even do some mild zoning. I'm not super excited about the thought of that because there's not a lot of space. We do need to have an entrance over here that I would imagine would probably be like a safety concern. So if I right click right there and then have this come up and go like this, what I can do is actually just have this come up here and then connect up. And then that way, if there's any sort of like emergency, they would still have another access point, which I believe would be good. So let's actually redraw that in. And so let's go ahead and look at some of our other buildings now, because I do want to try and fill this up with some stuff. So we got our ore grinding mill. These could actually be good if we could fit a couple of these down here, even just like one or two, just help to make it look a little more real, I guess. I know that these buildings are kind of big. These ones are huge. Even our storage facilities are huge. We really don't have any kind of smaller ones. Well, I mean, this one's on the smaller side, but it's still pretty big. So I think what we're going to do is go ahead and just level out an area right here for us to put a couple storage facilities. This would be, you know, an area where you come down. Maybe it would be where like you start your shift or something like that as well. So we will grab our dirt road, extend this out just a bit, have it go sideways, and then have it come this way. And then let's see what we can fit in here. It would be great if we could fit one of these. So let's extend this out just a bit, and then we will sell our sand and see if we can fit in just one storage facility. I think, man, if we could, this would just be so good for us. So if we go like that, let's go ahead and see. So I know the big one, if we did a road sideways, we could definitely fit it. So if we went like this and then put this off of there, yeah, it's just that one's so big. Look how big it is. So at least now we got ore, and it does look a little bit better. It looks like it's got something going on. And so now we can come in here. Let's go ahead and place one of those right there. Yeah, so that looks a little more official. And then let's go ahead and do another one across the street. So we'll go like that. Yeah, this is already looking a lot better. It looks like we can kind of close off this little area back here too. So we'll go ahead and close that off. Really like to fit something in here though. So I think we'll go ahead and grab this, and then let's see if this one will fit. Maybe if we do a couple of these smaller ones again. The only reason I'm doing this is because it's just going to help it to look a little more real. In real life, I don't believe that they would actually have these facilities in the ground. They would have them above ground. And so I think that this side looks good. So now I do want to come up here and start working on this area. So I think we will have a road come across here, and then we will have it connect up, come down, and then we're going to have the same thing happen on this side. We'll go up, and then we'll come down this way, and then we will connect it up right there. And then let's look at our buildings and see what we got. So I'd really like to get this rotary kiln. This would just be a fantastic piece of machinery for us and really good for us. So this takes ore and turns it into metal. You know what we can do for here is actually kind of fudge a little parking lot. So if we grab our dirt road, come in here, go straight, and then go into a bigger lot, we can grab this. Looks like we need to go just a bit further, because what I'm trying to do here is simulate a parking lot. So we'll come in here, and there we go. So it's not a parking lot, but it kind of looks like one. I mean, in vanilla, that's kind of the best that you can do sometimes. So now let's try to place another one of these. We'll do this glass manufacturing plant. Oh yeah, look at that. This looks fantastic. So then now for this side, what I want to do is put in some storage facilities. So we will grab that, go like that, and go ahead and put in another one too. It looks like we're just a little bit too steep. So let's actually delete this and move this over just a smidge. So if we go like that, can we put this other one? Yeah, so perfect. And then let's come over here and soften this up just to make it look a little more realistic. We don't want that sharp edge in there. It just looks terrible. And so we can also put in some other facilities in here. So let's see, let's do the maintenance shack, and then we'll do a couple workers' barracks. So we'll go ahead and go like that. Let's look at this. So how does this look? It's actually, you know what? It looks pretty good. It definitely looks industrious. I do kind of wish that I could fill this in. I'm a little upset with all the green in here. And there wouldn't be trees down here. It would just be dirt, like even rock, like normally in these type of mines, like this is what they're digging for. So you wouldn't really have like rock on various things, but maybe we'll go ahead and put some rock around the outside just to kind of clean it up. It looks okay because it's raining. It's a little shiny. Let's see if we can put in some bigger ones and just have it look a little bit better. It looks interesting. I don't know how realistic it is, but it definitely adds some character. Okay, so I did rocks in a lot of different places. I didn't do them all the way around because I felt like it just kind of looked weird if we did it all the way around, and I'm not even really sure how I feel about this. But I'm going to go ahead and throw in some water pipes real quick so we can turn everything on. Okay, and so this looks pretty good. And so I do want to also get some power generation facilities out here. So I think what we're going to do is do a small geothermal plant, and we will place it just on this side. And this would be for emergency's sake. They'd probably have a water treatment facility as well. So we're going to go ahead and bring this up, and then we will just plop in a small one. We don't need to have a big facility, so we'll go like this. And this would just be for coverage. And then what we're going to do is a water treatment facility as well. So we are going to place this right here. And you know what? This would just be for the plant. So now the plant has backups just in case. The water treatment facility, they'd probably have pumps in here just to make sure, like if it did flood, they would be able to pump it out. We can actually place a couple of those just to make it look a little more realistic. So if we place this one like right there, and then let's go ahead and place one over here as well. Maybe we'll place it like right here. And then let's go ahead and place one over here too. So the water pumps would be for if it flooded, they would be able to take it out. And a lot of times whenever you're near like waterways and stuff, they'll actually have the water pumps in there. Okay, so power is hooked up, and so now we need to put in some storage facilities for our glass and metal. So let's go into warehouses, and I would like to get them over here. Maybe we could put them in on this side. So we will bring this out just a bit. Let's turn on snapping. We'll go like right there, and then what we can do is do a couple bigger warehouses. So we'll grab this one, have it come off like right there, and we'll do the same thing on this side. So we'll grab that, go like that. And let's go ahead and level out a space so that we can get both these in here at the same height. So I'm going to jump into the level terrain tool and smoothen this out, go like that, and then redraw this road, and then go ahead and replace these back in. So if we go like that and go like that, how does it look? You know what, that actually looks pretty good. So then we will go ahead and turn on glass and metals. And we really don't have a ton of production facilities, so we may need to come back through here, or somebody else as they're building, and kind of place a couple more, because we could probably even do a couple right here. So if we actually build this out, let's just do a small little manufacturing facility right here. I think that this could help to tie in the area. So if we grab this, come out here, go down, come across, what we can do is hopefully place a couple of our, manufacturing facilities. So if we place this, yeah, we can go like this, perfect. And then we can kind of place a couple of these, and there we go. So that helps to tie it in a little more. And then we can even do a workers' barracks right here. Okay, so we helped to tie in a little more of the space. It actually looks really good having that there, kind of cleaned it up a little bit. We could even put a little more over here too, but I think we're pretty good right now. I don't want to overdo our capacity, especially it still says that we're importing a huge amount. I'm hoping that as these start producing, we'll start to balance that out, kind of make a little more money. So it looks like we're already positive. So if we come down here, our ore industry should start pumping out some money here soon. We'll just have to give it some time to catch up. And so I'm going to go ahead and jump into a detailing time lapse real quick, and then I will be right back with everybody. Okay, and so I am finally finished. So the first thing I did, I added in that neighborhood that I said I was going to add in. And so this would be like an investment that the farmers had made. Maybe they sold off a plot after they had a bad season or something. And then it's kind of funny, the home did build down, so somebody else bought a new one, built a new home. But it looks good. I went ahead and put in trees everywhere, kind of cleaned it up. Because we had the fire, I decided to add in a disaster response unit. And it's kind of funny, they were running around the whole city. I didn't really decorate it up or anything. I kind of left this for another builder, but I threw this in here. I just literally went around the whole city and was looking for a good location, and I felt like this one was the best. There was just a bunch of buildings kind of scattered around everywhere that were burned, and so it's like you had to demolish them, or like even this, like you see this huge fire, it's just raging, and luckily it's hopefully going to stop. I did also put fire watchtowers pretty much everywhere. There was a huge lack of coverage in fire watchtowers, and so I'm glad that I got those in. And so for our ore area, I went ahead and put in trees back here. I definitely made it a little denser around here than I was originally planning, but I think it looks good on the bottom. Again, I didn't do anything. There wouldn't really be anything down there except for maybe those rocks. But the pit mines that I've seen, you wouldn't even really have those rocks. Like those would be part of the mining operation. So then over here, I went ahead and put in trees. I put in a couple more buildings too, and then I just decided to accentuate the kind of hills a little more with some trees, just to kind of clean it up. Again, make it look good. And you know what? I really like this. I like this build a lot. And the good thing is we are making a ton of money now. We had definitely seeped down. We were all the way down to like 100,000, and now we are back up to 600,000, and we routinely get up to where we're making like 20 or 30,000 a week, which is really good. So yeah, it's like 46 now. And so that's really what the city needed. We should be back up near like 1 million or 2 million here in just a bit, even though for this episode we did flush through a whole ton of money. All right, so I think that this was fun. I really like this city. I think it is just a fantastic build. If you guys are interested in checking out this build, go ahead and click on the playlist on your screen. And thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one.